Today is November 20th, 2024. It is Wizard Wednesday. It is a good day to join a cult. Channeling in from the Quantum Downs, this is the Black Goat of the Wood, Elf J Trul. And I've got some friends on stage with me.
Hello, it's the Orange Puppet Dotta. And we've also got
Hey, what's up, guys?
hello.
Fair.
I heard you
Episode
guys are like
175.
I heard you guys are near each other.
We
I'm
are.
staring at his building right now.
He's looking in my
Oh,
window.
that's not creepy at all.
No, it's not creepy. Guys, I'm not going to be able to talk much because I have binoculars. I'm staring at Elf right
Yeah.
now.
No, we'll get into why Bear is here in my city, but we got Tad up here too. What up, Tad?
What up, Dad?
I'm just up here, also not looking in anyone's window. I'm just sitting peacefully.
Okay. Awesome. Anyone else who wants to come up, please do. Just put in a request. We got a lot of fun things to talk about today. We actually have a lot of questions today from the Secret Tower, which is great. We've got Meeple Dad's going to read some lore later. And I just wanted to talk briefly about the market. I mean, the market that just don't stop. Guys, are we in for the fabled super cycle? What do you think?
Oh man. You know what? One of the things I realize is I actually don't even know what they mean by the super cycle. I feel like if you told me Bitcoin is going to 100K, that feels like a super cycle. Is the super cycle just mean it's up only forever and never stops?
Basically, I mean, yeah, I mean, so obviously we've observed a pretty consistent pattern on every 4 years of the cycle. It goes parabolic, then crashes, then winter, then climbs. Like that has been the consistent pattern. But a super cycle is yes, like we don't see a huge 80% crash. We just keep climbing for years and years and years. Um, and there was this narrative last cycle where, yeah, we're in for the super cycle, and then of course it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it didn't happen.
but like the most infamous words in markets, which is this time is different. The argument for this time is different is what if sovereigns, countries, nations start putting Bitcoin in their treasury reserves, and corporations do the same? I mean, I don't know. That sounds kind of like super cycle territory.
It sounds super cycle-ish. I mean, yeah. I was reading a paper the other day saying that like Sailor is going to buy up like all of the mined Bitcoin for like the next 2 years or something, right? And that puts us that plus a strategic reserve puts us right up to the next halvening. So,
Yeah, well, and
yeah.
also apparently Microsoft, which is obviously one of the largest companies in the world, they have a shareholder vote coming up. And one of the topics on the table is should Microsoft buy Bitcoin and put it on their balance sheet? And what's particularly interesting about this particular shareholder meeting is apparently Michael Saylor is going to give them a little Bitcoin presentation
I
at the
mean,
meeting. So,
whatever happened to Sailor going on Joe Rogan? Wasn't that supposed to happen?
oh, did it happen?
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I haven't seen it.
yeah, Michael Saylor is kind of the darling of the crypto scene right now. But I'll tell you who's coming up fast on Michael Saylor. Quant Kid, hello.
Quan Kid.
Bear, do you know the Quant
Oh.
Kid?
Yeah, I think his parents rugged him. He rugged, and then his parents rugged him by taking
Wait,
all
did
the
they
money.
do that?
No, but that's what I would. I'm not sure, but that's what I would do if I was his kid.
Dude,
Yeah.
can you imagine being what, like 12 years old and suddenly making 30 grand?
Nalgene was like, that
Yeah,
kid's life is
totally.
ruined forever. He's like, how do you get a job after like that one day in middle school you made $30,000?
That would have felt like $1 billion to me if I was 12. Like, it's just an unfathomable amount of
Yeah.
money for a kid.
Yeah.
Is it true? I heard that I saw something and I didn't get confirmed that he launched a second coin called I'm
Yep.
Sorry and then rugged that
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, it's
man.
so funny.
Guys, AI is over. It's all about
All about
TikTok.
TikTok memes now. Yeah.
Wait, I thought what AI coins lasted about 7-8 days?
Yeah. By the time they could get their shoes on.
Yeah.
We're just eating
Yeah, I was
ourselves.
down like 50% in my AI coins like by the end of the day yesterday. Man, it sucks.
Yeah, Tad, what do you think? Is the Quant Kid like a harbinger of how stupid things are going to get in this bull run?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Quant Kid wandered right out of the Quantum Downs, and just the fact that it's like that weak that a child of this nature could stumble out of it, I think we're in for a treat or tricks. I don't know honestly, but I was cracking up this morning when I saw it. I feel like we all have felt that very sentiment a few times. Fuck you, crypto Twitter, from a
Yeah.
12-year-old child
Yeah. I'm
from a
taking
mountain
my
station.
bag.
It's so funny, but yeah, I think it's just made it obvious that anyone can do it, and you're getting rugged by children. So maybe people will shift onto something else. Who knows? Probably not.
Well, I saw someone posting, you can, if you look on like Dune Analytics, this was one of my favorite sites, you can find there's a lot of good metrics on Pump Fun, and someone posted a screenshot saying that there was like 46,000 new Pump Fun tokens yesterday. And someone saying, oh man, there's no way this is sustainable. And then someone else made the comparison, which is like, well, that's like saying like there's like too many videos being uploaded to YouTube. That like
Right.
YouTube's not sustainable because there's too many. It's like it's this new form of like entertainment and culture and um, I don't know. I don't really see that slowing down. I feel like meme coins are with us because it's just a fundamental human need, right? Get rich quick and it's completely unregulated and there's like no consequences for participating from any party, right? And so like how will that ever disappear, right?
Yeah, I think that the new hack for this cycle has been discovered. Last cycle we had like SBF get thrown in jail and Mashinsky, and we had a lot of like villains get arrested and thrown in jail. But the hack is just be 12 years old, and then they can't throw you in jail.
Yeah. I have a son who traded NFTs in the last cycle, so like around the time Wizards was dropped, and he also did really well, made maybe ten or $20,000, and
Wow.
yeah, for the next like couple of years, he was just insufferable about it. And but the thing is that he like had to live through the bear market and like tried to trade stuff and couldn't make it work. And so then yeah, now he's like he wants to buy a car and he was thinking about getting a job, but then now the meme coin super cycle is back and he's like, I'm gonna trade up to a car this cycle.
That's his job, trading
So
meme coins.
yeah, that's his job now. Trade to a car. Yeah. We're gonna teach him not to rug people though, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think this bull market is just, I don't know, it's just getting heated up, and I think I'll go to the questions, but there is actually one question that sort of touches on this from Wizard 1146. Wizard 1146 has about three questions, but one of them is basically asking how this pro crypto government is potentially improving the odds of long term Forgotten Rune success. Um, like clearly the new administration is not in power yet, so we don't exactly know how it's going to break down. But I'm bullish. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I think like the incoming president has like NFTs. His kid has like a crypto token. There's rumors they're talking about buying an exchange. Like, Trump himself aside, he's a lot more dovish towards crypto in general, and hopefully we get someone in charge of the SEC who feels the same way. At the same time, I think like it doesn't change any kind of the rules around like you do not want to as a US person like violate like money transmitter laws, right? You do not want to like um have a gambling product without a license. You don't like there are all these things that lines you don't want to cross. Like I think at best we sort of get clear legislation on how to register, but even that is fraught because you're essentially going to have corporate interests who are going to like big players be like, well, you need to like have this audit and you need to have these licenses and you need to have this paperwork, right? And all of a sudden, yeah, maybe we're legalized, but it costs $500,000. It costs $2 million, and you get what basically like the what was called like the bit license of New York. Now it's nationwide, so it's you get kind of in this worse situation where it's legal, but like it's too expensive for us to move, like for entrepreneurs to move fast enough, right? Like one of the things that's great about Pump Fund is anybody with a good idea can launch a token, and then you people who are interested early on can buy that token and like build on it, and it's this sort of like fair launch process. A lot of the like legislation around public markets was designed to kind of protect investors against things that you can code against in cryptocurrency, right? So a lot of the laws are just so outdated, and I just don't see that changing like overnight.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. We'll just have to see how it plays out. Okay. Let's see. Other questions. There's so many. I don't even know which one to go to. How about this one? I'll just read all of Wizard 1146's questions. They want to know, when is the next Forgotten Runes on-chain thing? The game obviously coming out. I think. What are
Yeah.
we saying now? Q1 2025. Is that the current?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I would say that it's going to be in Q1, right? I think the game is the biggest thing there, and there are some other ideas and surprises, but yeah, Q1. That's your answer.
Yeah, Q1 game. But yeah, like Dotta said, we've got a ton of other like little things that are just TBD. But the game is the big one. And then Wizard 1146 wants to know, the how has the revenue sharing experience gone? Yeah, how's that gone? Yeah, I mean, the biggest example obviously is the comic book. We sent out checks for issue 1. I mean, I think it went pretty well. um,
Yeah, I mean everyone's happy to receive money. We've tried to like tweet about it as much as we can. I think that the I mean the main problem is just this idea of like you need demand, right? It's like the comic book wasn't exactly profitable. It was more symbolic. And so I think like we would love to have more revenue up top from the brand such that we have more profit to share with IP contributors. So I think the experiment went well. Something we're still doing. I think for me, one of the things that I've been working on, Niski, the team, is how we might be able to kind of encode a protocol for this sort of like IP contribution protocol. And you'll be hearing more about that in the spring.
Awesome. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Like Dotta said, the comic, it went well, but it was really more of a proof of concept. And obviously, we would love to scale that out in numerous different ways. Okay. Crucifor wants to know, how rad are the crystal claymores? Crucifor is referring to one of the coolest swords in the Warriors collection. And as to how rad they are, I'm going to say very rad.
Yeah, I would second that. Rad to quite rad.
Oh, look, this is coming from a guy who's holding one in his hand right now.
I don't know what you're
The
talking about.
sword, and look at Tad's PFP.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. And then actually, speaking of swords, SPZ wants to know about the 3D gilded weapons that were forged with the gold locks. He wants to know if we've got any plans to like add effects to them, because obviously the NFT has effects on them. SPZ, yes, we would love to do that. It's funny you mentioned that, because we actually wanted to render the gold weapons with an actual PBR metallic material, which is different from the current tune shaded material that's on there now. And we just ran out of time to do that, because we wanted to get the Warriors launched before the Halloween event. So they currently have a tune shader on them, but yeah, we would love to add all the necessary art and rendering to them as soon as we get a chance. Okay, Crucifor is also asking, can you give any insight into how the animation development is going? Are you guys producing the series yourselves, currently shopping it, etc.? Um, so yeah, Crucifor, I talked about this, I don't know, a few weeks ago, but yeah, brief history of how the show went. So and I think, what was it, 2021, 2022, we actually were going back and forth with a particular studio for months. Um, and it was all sounding great. And then when they put the final terms on our desk, the terms were just, they weren't acceptable. Let's put it that way. So we kept hunting. And then the Hollywood strike happened and everything got shut down for like over a year. But now I think everything is coming back online. We are resuming the hunt for funding. Derek is definitely still with us. I mean, actually, Bear might want to speak to that. But as far as like the development itself, one of the biggest things I've learned from working with outside partners, specifically like Bisonic in the game and the comic book production, one of the biggest things I've learned is I need to like write the basic foundation of these things myself instead of handing off like a Wikipedia Bible to them, because basically nobody understands it to the depth that I do. Naturally, of course they wouldn't. So all I'm saying is like I myself am writing the show outline, and then Derek is sort of coming in on top, like with just amazing artistic notes. But that's currently how the production is going. Bear, yeah, go
And I
for it.
and I and I love that. I love that combination, right? Because it's true. Derek, Derek's skill set is not being the like the world's foremost expert in Forgotten
Exactly.
Runes. That's like that's
Yep.
your job. That's our
Yep.
job from the team. And so for you guys to have this sort of, and I remember the first time we all got on the phone, and really Dota and I were sort of listening in, and you and Derek were sort of going back and forth, and you were talking, and it's always just been very sort of collaborative between the two of you. So I think that duo is going to serve the show properly. Yeah. And Derek is definitely still with us. We'll have an announcement about that actually quite soon. And yeah, and I think animation is still kicking up a lot of heat in Hollywood. I mean, believe it or not, there's still a lot of downstream effects from the year long strike. When you have a strike, basically everything that is in development gets held, right, and then nothing new's getting made, and then when they kick everything back up and the strike's all signed and the guilds agree to the new terms, all of that backlog of development essentially needs to get created again. And so, there's longing effects to that. And then even beyond that, the fact that we had, as you mentioned, a major studio um, give an offer to buy the show, I think, one, I'm not surprised, but one, it proves like sort of the value of Forgotten Runes, and sort of the value market that like buyers see this as. So I think there's the value, like that's a really great signal that someone wants to buy it. I think if we just wanted to do a TV show and just wanted to do the way like sell a TV show the way everybody sells a TV show, we can do that. But what's the point in just like what's the point in that? What's the point in doing it the way it's always been done? And the company and the community holds a tiny fraction of ownership. There's just no point in doing that. So I think the more momentum we create, the more that we'll be able to sort of hold on and create a different sort of, I don't know, model around or structure to the deal. So it's exciting, and I think hopefully people are as patient as we are. But I know on the team side, we're here to do to be intentional about every single move, and sometimes that takes a bit. I think if someone announces a TV show from an NFT project, I would love like, and it's the same old deal structure. What is that actually doing for the NFT project? I would say jack shit. Just to put it bluntly. Like, I just don't like. Maybe there's like a short term. There's short term excitement, but like I feel like if you're gonna do something like that, there has to be connectivity between what's happening on our side of the fence, not just on that side. Okay, end rant.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Drondon wants to know, is it possible to get 2D SVG files for Wizards and Warriors? I think it's possible. uh,
I mean, sort of, but they're all bitmaps, so no is your answer. Like, just put the bitmap into an SVG if you want.
yeah, I'm.
Your best option if you want infinitely scalable is you just scale it with nearest neighbor, and then the pixels will stay intact.
Yes, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Drondon, if you have Photoshop, just you can scale infinitely as long as you use the nearest neighbor interpolation, I think it's called. Okay. Feckless has a really fun lore question. Man, I love lore questions. So if you guys will allow me to do a little lore rant for a minute. Feckless wants to know, what are some of the more unorthodox building materials in the Runiverse and what are they used for? Great question. So when it comes to materials, most of what I put into the collection are alchemy inspired. Alchemy is just a topic of huge interest to me. It's got a long history, and so I've studied alchemy a lot, and the alchemy influence is present across all the collections. And I think the important thing to remember about alchemy is that it is simultaneously a sort of proto-scientific material practice and a spiritual practice at the same time. Um, so all of the elements and materials and processes that you see in alchemy, they all have both material and spiritual significance. The motto "solve a coagula" or "dissolve and coagulate" means to break down raw materials, or to break down your spiritual self or your ego, and then to rebuild it into something greater. And so the classic turning lead into gold or water into wine, these are examples of that. And you know, when you turn lead into gold or water into wine, it's not just referring to the literal materials. It's also a sort of a spiritual metaphor for enlightenment. And so and what's fun is if you apply that to Forgotten Runes, you know, what are we doing in Forgotten Runes? We're using these raw, pixelated, creative primitives as the raw material, and we're building them and transforming them into something great and valuable. And so, to answer your question, you're going to find a lot of these specific building materials in the Athenaeum. Probably the most powerful one is this item called Azoth. If you do research on Azoth, what it is, it's this substance called premateria, and it's sort of like the most powerful substance in all of alchemy. Another, of course, very powerful material in alchemy is gold. Gold is just sort of this symbol for enlightenment. It's kind of the ultimate end goal for all alchemists, to turn a base material like lead into gold. And then if you know, and then lead, like I just said, is another really fun material that's in the Athenaeum. Um, Another fun material is bat guano. You guys should look at the history of bat guano and how it intersects with colonialism. It is an insane story, an insane history. I mean, you've got everything from exploitation of labor to environmental degradation, to geopolitical politics to agriculture. Bat guano is an absurdly powerful material. So look into the history of that. Obviously, cinnabar and mercury, which you can find as an actual rune in the collection, those are pretty potent and important. Chalk, obsidian, potash, rubber, salt, toad oil. These are also some really interesting unorthodox building materials. But yeah, most of it's all alchemy inspired. You can find a lot of it in the Athenaeum. So yeah, there's a lot of them. Okay, SPZ wants to know. My son wants to know when the next play test of the game is. Matto, is Matto up here? No, I don't think he is. I don't know if we're supposed to say this. We have a play test coming up in December, I think. Is that right?
There will be a playtest before live service for kind of like a limited, like smaller group of people. Like I don't think it'll be an open playtest. And that date and even month is TBD.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, small play test. It's not even like open to everyone. It's more of just a test. But really, I mean the proper launch is what you're probably really looking for, and that's Q1 of 2025. So
It's gonna be so fun. I can't even believe it. It's here. Finally, we've waited for so long.
yeah, it's actually very exciting. And then he's also asking about season 2. I'm not sure if he's asking about the game or the Donut season 2,
The
but yeah,
donuts.
Dotta, do you want to talk about donuts for a second?
Yeah. So donuts. We should have given an announcement. You know that the donuts season 1 was closed. And so yeah, congratulations to everyone who earned donuts so far. We're going to do a season 2. There's a couple of new donuts we want to issue in season 2. It'll give kind of people a chance to feel like they get to start from the ground floor. Everybody will start at 0 season 2 donuts. You will of course keep your season 1 donuts, and we'll probably pair that with some events with the game as well. So yeah, stay tuned. I mean, like we were tweeting out, donuts are points, and so we've got really fun things planned for the donuts in the coming year, and yes, we don't have a date for when that is, but it's on the horizon.
And then Matto, I think you just came up. Did you want to add to the game talk?
No, I think you covered it. We have a play test that's coming out before Q1. It's going to be actually it will be a more well, actually, I won't go into details about it, but yeah, we'll have a play test coming out before Q1. So keep an eye out for that.
Great. And yeah, just speaking of the game, I've said this before, but I just want to say it again because it's the most fun thing I have going on in my life. I've been much more hands-on with the lore in the game. And one of the biggest things I've been doing is I've been writing a bunch of dungeon stories. And what is so gratifying about the process is being able to just ask the Loracle, peruse the book of lore, research the Wikipedia. There's just so much information to pull from, so much creative information that I can use to put into these dungeon stories. And I've got so many community members intersecting with these dungeons, either cameos or their backstories or just little snippets of lore. And it's just so fun. It's like I think I mentioned a few weeks ago. There's like a whole Impy Shake themed dungeon. I just wrote a Kobold Horde dungeon. And it it's just these are it's just really these dungeons are just really strong expressions of the Forgotten Runes culture. And yeah, I don't know. I think I hope you have as much fun playing them as I did writing them. So, but Bear, you are in Las Vegas right now. Do you want to tell us what you're doing here?
Oh, hey, yeah, I brought a water bottle with me too. His name's Nalgene.
A wizard bottle?
I brought a wizard water bottle. Yeah, no, yeah, we came not only to visit you, but we came to you know, we're good friends. We were invited by the 8 Chain Council to come and sort of meet with them and sort of learn more about what they're doing, and maybe try to find some stuff to do with them. You know, I don't know exactly what that means in terms of sort of the results or what comes out the other end, but we're certainly big fans of them, and uh, I've been excited. I mean, the first time I realized that like people are gonna sort of the swing was coming back to NFTs was actually on Ape Chain. I mean, I think we all saw it a couple weeks ago. People started minting new NFT projects, and so hats off to them. That's not easy. They've had a long road. And so, yeah, so we're out. We got invited. They have a couple of days of events. So we'll meet with that team. The other cool part is that they just have invited a lot of other really great builders who are like us that they want to be in business with and want to talk. So it'll be good. I don't think it's like this whole crazy conference situation. It's more just sort of builders meeting with builders, and yeah, and also it'll be nice to see you. It's been a
It
minute,
is
man.
going to be great to see you. I'm gonna come to your hotel right after this. But I gotta say, you think it's not going to be crazy, Bear? I think this is going to be insane. Um, we
I'm
the
tired.
the Ape Chain guys were kind enough to give us tickets to F1. So if anyone here is going to be at F1, I would love to run into you. Uh,
I guess I
yeah,
buried the
what
lead a
the
little bit
hell?
with that. Yeah. Well, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm tired. No, no, no. Yeah. So actually, I'm not sure if people know this, and the reason it's lined up with the F1 race in Vegas is because Ape Chain actually is a sponsor of one of the cars. So yeah, we're gonna like go like watch the race. How cool is
It's
that?
so cool. And you know what's funny is I was actually at the last F1. There were so many crypto brands that were sponsors, and I saw crypto logos everywhere. And this time, this year it might be even bigger. To me, that just like says bull run. Gives me bull run vibes.
Race car vibes.
Yeah, yeah. And there's actually an NFT gallery in the Arts District that I think there's an event tomorrow night, and I think it's open.
Yeah, it's right down the street
Yeah,
from us.
yeah. So again, anyone who's in Vegas this weekend, Bear and I are here, and Nalgene. We'd love to see you. Nalg, you're up on stage. What do you think about all this?
Oh gosh, I don't know what to make of it all. I mean, I love your part of town. It's very quiet. This is not the Vegas experience I'm used to.
Wait till nightfall.
Oh boy. No, but I'm stoked. I'm very stoked, and obviously to get out of Dodge with Bear and see you and be around good folks in the space is something to look forward to. So I'm stoked.
Now, Gene, are we in a super cycle?
Are we in a super cycle? Well,
You better say yes.
I mean, I
No,
think
I
this
need
is
to.
better.
No, I need to know his real
This
answer.
is the golden bull run. This isn't the super cycle. I mean, like one could say those are the same thing. I kind of don't like super cycle anymore because Suzu like totally monopolized
Yeah,
it, and I thought that was kind of lame.
true.
Um,
True.
but that's just my personal take. You can super cycle, golden bull run, call it as you wish, but I think we're in a great place.
I want to give context to this question. We often use Nalgene as our gateway to Gen Z. So that's why
Yeah.
Dotta asked him that. Nalgene honestly has surprisingly great takes more often than not.
You're surprised? Oh God. Well, I'm glad I set the bar low.
That was a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Look.
He has great taste.
I was told to set the bar low, so anything above said bar was like kind of surprising and fun. So no, but the fact that you guys regard me as such is like I wear that with pride. So thank you. I appreciate it.
You're the canary in the coal mine, man. You literally call everything.
Oh my gosh, Jesus.
I mean,
Keep it going.
he knows more about meme coins than I think anyone on the team. Maybe
That's why I
Jitsi.
keep him in a little crystal orb ball in the office. I just make him sit in it, so I have my magical
Oh
orb.
well, God, I gotta come to Wizard Wednesday more often and talk. I mean, geez, gosh,
Hey,
guys.
who do you guys think is the better trader, Nalg or Jitsi?
There is a right answer, by the way.
We just got to look at the P&L and then we'll know.
I know. Yeah. They have different strengths. We'll just say
Jitsi,
that. They have
Jitsi.
different
Look,
strengths.
guys, I can't hold anything. I
That's
just
right.
can't. Like, I just can't. Like, I just love gambling too much. And like, if I'm in my gambling brain, I don't trade. I don't speculate well. I gamble, and I just do that habitually. And so that nets me not great outcomes. But
Yeah, Jitsi will be your blood brother and ride it down with the
yes,
ship, and so like he'll win because he never gives up on you. Whereas like Nalgene's take is like he'll bet it all on black when he's like feeling it, right?
exactly.
And this is,
Yeah,
by the way, this is the season to just hold everything,
Buy and hold everything.
honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you never know.
what am I, Rockefeller? I gotta cut my losses sometimes.
Oh Jesus. No.
Well, Jitsi and Nalj, I'm going to need you guys to submit your P&Ls to me by Friday because I really need to know.
It's definitely Jitsi. I will pull the mulligan on that one. That stays private.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna broach ethics here, and I'm gonna let leak something that we've been talking about in Magic Machine. We're like 90% joking about this, but we've been talking about doing a Forgotten Runes meme coin, and like we're not gonna do it, but would we do it?
Oh my God, Elf! Ticker Kobold?
Yeah, I know. I really love that token Shrooms that was going around, where the dude was doing like tons of custom anime art for his mushroom head. Like at first, I thought it was like a Cheddar Bob coin because it was just so Forgotten Runes.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and it was just like, man, and then you see kind of all these AI agent softwares that coming out, and I don't know how many times I've said like, man, should we try to rally the cult and do like a Magus Devon token and like see if Matto's up for us like memeing Magus Devon, and then there's like a contest where everybody makes the art and we make her an AI agent, but
And then if it
I
rugs,
don't
we just put the
know.
blame on Matto and
Yeah, exactly. And Cheddar Bob, yeah, yeah. It was them, not us. We were just playing. Yeah, that's how that would go, basically, right? Is that the cult follows us into battle, we all lose a bunch of money, and then we're just sadder than before.
Yeah,
That's what would happen.
anyone want to hop in and get rug together? I'm really good at losing
Yeah,
money on meme coins, so let's do it.
yeah, exactly.
yeah, we're not gonna do it, but yeah, you know, like it is a meta that's happening in crypto right now, and you know, at the very least, we can learn from it and maybe apply it to other things that we're building. But yeah, I don't think we're actually gonna make one.
I mean, if there's any coin I'd buy and hold to zero, it's a Jitsi Kobold
There you
coin.
go. There you go. Okay. Well, I want to make sure I have time to call out one other just incredible thing that I saw on the timeline. I think last night. Meeple posted last night a full on Lego secret tower. And when I say full on, I don't just mean the Legos, I mean the box and the instruction manual and the packaging and just everything.
Dude, my jaw dropped to the ground when I saw
It
this.
is astounding.
It's very impressive.
And
I had no idea. I think is Meeple in
he just
Meeple's
came up actually.
in the crowd.
Go.
Oh, Meeple! I had no idea this is what you were cooking up.
It's just how it goes. We just make crazy stuff, and it's a lot of fun. So we have a box. We have instruction booklets. I've got my nephew here. He comes over after school on Wednesdays to help me sort Lego. He just finished building the secret tower right out of the box, so it works. Is the product tester? It's good times.
Meeple, see, I knew you were putting this in the treasure trove, but I was expecting it to just be like a bunch of Legos in a Ziploc bag. But the fact that you packaged it up so professionally just blows my mind.
Yep, big shout out to Taro. Taro did the design on the box and the front and the back cover of the instruction booklet. The insides of the instruction booklet, I did those, and the little comic of my wizard Uvulus sort of walking you through the instructions. That was me. It was really super fun. It was really fun to build.
That is so cool, man. Yeah, Meeple, as I've gotten to know you over the years, it has become clear to me that your two areas of expertise are Magic the Gathering and Lego. Is that about accurate?
I mean, yeah, that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. I'm standing here looking at the giant Tower of Barad-dûr that me and my buddy finished building at like midnight last night before I started tweeting about the the Secret Tower Lego build. So yeah, I do a lot of Lego around here, and then do a lot of Magic cards or other trading cards as well, because that's just fun. Just fun.
It's so good, man. And yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's still time for people to buy treasure troves. Is that right?
Yep, absolutely. So the pre-order window came and went, but now orders are once again open. There will be limited availability for the t-shirt and the hoodie sizes, because the orders have already been placed. So jump on in, order up your treasure trove now, and they are going to be shipping out hopefully end of next week or early the week after. So you'll get them before the holidays, and it should be super fun.
Yeah, and then obviously two of the just premium items that you've shared so far is the Lego, the Secret Tower Lego set, and then you also showed some card packs.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the two sort of headlining items: the Lego set, and then the cult content trading cards. This is honestly like, this is the thing I'm most proud of about the whole set, because like the Lego set was a lot of fun to build, and that was mostly me. But the cult content trading cards have really been a journey that we as a community have taken together. I just saw the opportunity to bring together all of the artwork, or some of the artworks that people have been commissioning over the last several years, and put together this really amazing set of trading cards that features sort of on one side, the pixelated wizard character or warrior or soul, but on the flip side, the custom artwork that people have had commissioned. And so it's just a beautiful way to showcase the sort of all of the ages of the cult and all the artwork that people have built over time. And I can't wait to show them off more. They're so fun.
And if the Secret Tower Lego set and the card packs aren't enough, I just remembered there's also Bread Friend and Litho the Frog plushies. Is that right?
The Bread Friend and Litho the Frog plushies are only in the premium troves. So definitely you got to sign up for the premium for that. The premium also comes with a custom piece of artwork, which is really cool. So a lot of, while we won't be able to get new custom artworks into the trading cards because they're already printed, you will still get that, and that artwork is something you can use for other work or whatever. We'll get it into the volume 2 of the trading cards, perhaps. But yeah, and then there's also a hoodie, a T-shirt, some other my wizard cards that I created. There's just a ton of fun stuff. Head to treasure-trove.muse.io, or you can find it in my bio, or just ping me, because I'm happy to point people in the right direction. And as always, the treasure trove, the first $1,000 of profit this project generates will go directly to the House of Wizards DAO to help fund more art, more music, more stories, and then 50 cents on every dollar after that. So it really is a community project by us, for us. Come be a part of it.
And what's cool is you can pay with crypto. Right?
You can pay with crypto or you can pay with credit card. Both work. It's all good. We got it all set up. Big shout out to Merlin from Muse, who helped set up the Web 2 old-fashioned credit card payment. It's easy. So, yeah. And I asked a lore question today, and I've got a little piece of lore, because what fun would the treasure trove be without some lore to it?
Exactly. Yeah. So do you want to do the lore now?
Yeah, let's do it. So this is another installment of the stories of Arkle and Rusty, the pirate orc and penguin that are adventuring, sailing the briny seas. So let's just dive right in here. It's got to be here. It's got to be here. It's not here. But all this work, The journey, it must be here. The penguin stamped his fins in frustration, slamming the lid of the empty chest. Teeth and tails, foxes, fury, no, no, no! The penguin raged, throwing his short spear and stamping around the small cave beside himself. Calm down, you're making a fool of yourself. Arkle spoke softly, kneeling down to inspect the chest himself. His hands slowly traced the lid of the old wooden chest. Years of being left untouched in the cave had left the buckles and clasps rusted and worn. The wood looked ancient, and yet still in fine shape. Magic was here. Someone was here before us. Brown wizards brew? Of course they were! What are we gonna do about it? We need that key! We need it! We've traveled all this way! We can't leave empty-handed! We've got to save her! The penguin's tantrum continued. The orc continued to investigate the chest, now looking at the lock. Whomever was here didn't crack the chest by force, and they didn't have a key. No, it's not possible to get in without the key. This key, my key, the key of steel. It's the only key. The penguin took the key from around the chain on his neck and shook it violently in Arkle's face. I'm the only one who can get in. The second key belongs to me. Enough, barked the orc and smacked the penguin across the face with his massive hand. The penguin was knocked backwards and the key of steel flew from his fin across the cold cave floor, landing in the center of the cave, maybe 10, 15 yards away. Silence fell over the cave as Rusty picked himself up off the ground, sobered by the anger of the cold stone. The cave had always been cool. However, suddenly it seemed very cold. An eerie, damp frost crept in suddenly. Rusty could see his breath. Arkle was suddenly alert, picking up his huge malachite halberd. Then, out of the quiet, a gentle, distant hum could be heard. Quiet at first, and then louder, almost musical in nature. As though caught in a magical trance, Arkle and Rusty watched as another penguin skated out of the fog, humming loudly to itself. Fins gliding across the frosted cave floor as though it was on an ice rink. The penguin's song and dance kept Rusty and Arkle stunned, transfixed by the bizarre scene unfolding in front of them. They were unable to blink. The penguin's dance took it round in circles, culminating in a spin and a jump, and then a low bow. The penguin paused for a moment, holding the bow. Then, while stooped low, flicked the key of steel up into the air, catching it again in a dramatic way. Rusty jumped, snapping from his daze. My key! He squealed as the other penguin grabbed a silk rope that had dropped from the dark cave ceiling and was pulled upwards into the abyss. Both Rusty and Arkle charged towards the penguin as he was pulled up, and they saw a glimmer of the penguin and its unknown silent accomplice disappeared somewhere into the cavernous passage away in the ceiling of the cave. Thanks, boys. We'll race you to the chest of brass, teased the other flightless bird. Fury consumed Rusty. No, now they've got my key too. How can we catch them if we don't have the key? Rusty wailed. Shut up. They can't get far. Think, Featherbrain. We're on an island, and to escape they must play the sea. And who wins at sea? Arkle asked with a smirk. We do. We win at sea, Rusty exclaimed. Determination returned to his face. Quick, back to the ship! And with that, they took off running towards the cave's entrance, back to the ship, as fast as fins and feet would carry them.
Maple, I said earlier that your two expertise areas are magic cards and Legos. I think the third is lore writing. That was great, man. I love that you've got lore along with the release of the treasure trove. And to top it all off, you commissioned a piece from Markifine about the two characters that you just read lore on. Fantastic delivery. I love it, man.
No, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure as always. Now, the other element of this piece of lore and the treasure trove that everyone should know about is I asked a question earlier in the channel and I linked an Etherscan transaction. So Valentina, a warrior of mine, has been lost in the quantum shadow. You can see her moving from my meepledad.eth wallet to a brand new wallet with a brand new seed phrase. And we're going to need everybody who's getting a treasure trove to work together to try to unravel the mystery and bring Valentina back from the quantum shadow. It's going to take everybody working together. So more details to follow, but do stay tuned.
Okay, I was just going to say, wait, how do I do it? But you haven't released the details yet. Fun. Okay, this warrior is lost in the quantum shadow. Amazing. Meeple, you're coming in hot today, man. That's very cool, man. Yeah, well, we'll stay tuned. Are you going to drop details in the Secret Tower or on Twitter or just everywhere?
A little bit of both, but people are going to have to wait till they get their treasure trove for the hunt to really begin,
Nice.
because the clues might be in the treasure trove.
Okay. Fun. That's great, man. Okay, guys, we have 10 minutes left. Thanks, Meeple Dad. Do you guys want to jump to the cult content chronicle compiled by
The illustrious
Tanya Del
Rio.
Every damn week.
Every damn week.
That's pretty good. Okay, yeah. So, like I said, starting off, Meeple Dad commissioned from Markifine a awesome Goblin Pirate Penguin duo, Arkle and Rusty. I think we all love Markifine's artwork. And, I got to say, one thing I'm noticing over the years is every time I see a warrior with a penguin, it is just so delightful. I remember when, Matto, you requested that your warrior have a penguin companion. And my first reaction was like, what the hell? Warriors can't fight with penguins. That's not going to work at all. But no, it's been a win all the way around. So yeah, warrior penguins are the best. Number 2, David Azel, one of the kind creators from Ronin, continues mesmerizing us with just beautiful pieces of artwork. This particular one of Wraith Captain Angus on a wanted poster.
One thing about that artwork of Wraith Captain Angus is I was able to get that from Code Nino just in time to get that onto a trading card. So that artwork is one of the variant artworks of Wraith Captain Angus in the Call Content trading cards.
Awesome. I bet it looks good printed. That's great. Okay, continuing on, Daniela Illustra every damn week with a drawing of her warrior with the demon dog companion, one of my favorite animal companions. And then we've got, of course, 2 videos from Meeple Dad about the upcoming treasure trove, specifically the Secret Tower Lego set and the packs of cards. Again, if you guys haven't seen this Lego set, it's truly impressive. I pinned it up at top, just the packaging, the instruction book, everything. I mean, it looks like a professional Lego set. Meeple, is it actually sanctioned by Lego? Because it looks like it.
Nah, I'm waiting on Bear's inner Lego Hollywood connections to make that happen. It is.
Okay.
It is built to be clear. It is real Lego pieces that they're built out of.
Right.
But it's. I didn't put the word Lego on the packaging anywhere. I didn't want to have to deal with the legalese of that. So, but it is real Lego. It's not like Fako. Yeah.
All good. Bear, can you get on the official Lego collab?
Yes, sir.
Okay, number 6, Gillen Art. Who, you know, we've been watching Gillen for a long time. Gillen makes just such interesting pieces. You know, it's always sort of the same format. You've got this character walking in sort of an isometric perspective in this linear landscape. And so this latest one is with a wizard.
I'm obsessed with their artwork.
It's so fun.
Love.
It's so fun. I don't even know how they make it. But
reminiscent for me, it's just always so reminiscent in its own way, not in like a copy pasta way, just of like Adventure Time.
oh yeah,
that style.
I can see that. Okay, and then Markafine reshared one of my all-time favorite pieces of us guys doing Wizard Wednesday from the Bear Cave. How much do you guys love this piece?
It's so sweet. I love it.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, yeah. Bear, I like the little like bear slippers that you're wearing.
I have those in real
I bet
life.
you do. Yeah, yeah. There's so many little fun details. There's like a little kobold doll and just the microphone we're using. I just love it. Okay, Virgilius posted an image of the Plague Weaver. Yeah, I don't know too much about this Plague Weaver, but he looks like a pretty scary dude. And then Virgilius posted an image of the Kaiju clan. I love the Kaiju clan. I was talking to Virgilius the other day about the Kaiju clan. It's one of my favorite things he's created around the Karama story arc. So yeah, super cool. And then Meat Prisoner shared a meme. I'm gonna say this meme is kind of roasting Forgotten Runes, but it's cute. It's cute. And then Magus Wazir posted this excellent alignment chart. I thought it was pretty funny. And then Meeple continues with Riddles in the Dark, day 324. We're getting close to the full year of Riddles in the Dark. And then Magic Monday News, Scatter Art was the guest. And oh, that's it. Yeah. Okay, guys, anything else?
Come pick me and
Okay, Bear,
up.
let me take a shower and then I'll see you soon. Dotta, you ready for the super cycle?
I'm so ready for the super cycle, even if Nalgene doesn't want to call it that.
Yeah, the super cycle isn't happening, guys. It's the Golden Bull cycle.
What a load of golden bull.
Yeah. It sounds like a Chinese menu item. Golden Bull.
Was that racist? I'm not sure.
Way to go out on
No!
a racism, Bear.
It is now because you said that.
Yeah, I didn't think it was until you guys said that. But no, it's not just the market at large. I think the super cycle and the golden bull is going to be very good for Forgotten Runes in general. I'm excited about the stuff we've got building, and 2025 is going to be big.
So big.
Yep. All right, let's see.
Golden Bull.
Exactly. This has been Elf, Bear, Dotta, Matatsuki, the Golden Bull, Nalgene, Tad Major, Meeple Dad, and all of the wizards, warriors, goblins, and penguins from the Forgotten Runes Wizards Cult, channeling out from the Quantum Downs. GN, everybody.
Bye.
See y'all. Stay magic.
Take care, y'all. Have a good one.
It's Wizard Wednesday. It's Wizard Wednesday.